Let's get you ready for brand deals in 2023. Now, you already know in order to get brand deals where you're being paid to advertise on behalf of a company, either on your channel or to create content to use on their channel, you have to have quality content. You have to have a good relationship with your audience, and you have to have a recognizable presence on social media. If you already know how to do that, you're in the perfect position. And if you need a little bit of help, I've got a full playlist on how to do those things down below. Outside of that, you need to be taking authority inside of your brand to get those brand deals. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down everything you need to know to prepare yourself and position yourself for those high-paying brand deals in 2023. In order to book in those dream jobs for yourself, you have to first know which companies you want to work with. This is incredibly important so that you can align your content to their mission and their purpose. Now, as we're creating this list of dream companies that we want to work with, we do want to ensure that we're not all over the place with what we're doing. So if one thing is in the tech space and one thing is in the fashion space and one thing is in the luxury hotel space, you're going to be all over the map. You want to make sure you narrow down your field and have a very clear vision for this. Now, that does not mean you have to only be working in one specific field. You can be working in several, but you have to align your mission and their missions together to make this possible. So stop what you're doing right now, hit that pause button, and list out your top 5 to 10 dream companies that you want to work with in 2023. And then I want you to find the similarities. Find the things that draw them together and can do crossover content as you are preparing to then pitch them later on. We're looking for those things that are going to work really well for our brands, that we're going to be able to deliver very valuable content for, and that will speak to our audience that aligns with each other so we can have a clear, driven purpose as we're stepping into our brand deals for 2023. Once you have your list of companies, now you need to do your research. That means you are spending at least a couple of days investigating each of these companies that you potentially want to work with. You need to get on their social medias, you need to go to their websites, you need to make sure that you are hardcore looking into what they're doing and who they are working with. So let me give you a couple of tips here. The first thing you need to be doing is going to their social media. Get on their TikTok, get on their YouTube channel, get on their Instagram, find out where else they're on social media, and study what they're doing. Look at what they're posting, what they're reposting, who they're interacting and engaging with. Go to their likes tab and see whose content they're interacting with. Your goal here is to see what they're looking for and their mission for this coming year. But that's not the only thing that you can do. You also have the ability to go to their Facebook pages and look up the ads that they're currently running. This is going to show you the ad content they're putting out there and the creators they're working with in that UGC formula so that they can take that creator's content and put it on their pages. Now, if you need to know how to do this, I've got a tutorial on this. I'll link it down below for you. But this is a really great way to study what they are currently doing and start to see the trends and patterns develop to learn what they're going to be doing in the future. We also have a really great episode with a travel influencer coach who is going to be breaking down some really good tips and tricks if you are going to be doing this in the luxury travel space, but that can also apply to any of you to see what companies are doing. So I'll link that episode as well. As you're doing this research, I want you to be taking notes. Take screenshots of things that are important. Make sure you save any links that you want to go back to and take notes. What do you see in their content? Is it a particular way of lighting an image? Is it a particular style of image? Do they have specific captions that they like to work with? Or is there something that they are intentionally driving traffic toward? List all of these things because this is going to help you to decipher how best to pitch them later on and how to create example content to really draw them in when you are pitching these companies. But here's a little bonus for you that most people don't think of when they're doing their research. Not only should you be researching the companies that you want to work with, but you should be researching their competitors. Their competitors are going to be creating content that is going to be valuable to you as well. You're looking for the gaps that either their competitors are filling or the gaps in general that the company you want to work with and their competitors are not filling, so that when you come to them with your pitch, you can say, I see that there is a hole in the market. I would love to be able to fill that for you so that we can create content to help boost your company. So get in there and research their competition. Who are their biggest competitors? Do the same type of research that you're doing for that company. So if you are working with a travel system, if you want to work with hotels, you're going to look at the other top competitor hotels and see what they're doing in their advertising. If you're working with tech companies, you're going to look at other devices, other products, other services in the tech space that also do similar things and find out where those gaps are so that you can be that filler content. If you can pitch a company and say, I've researched the market, not only do I know you, but I know your competitors and I know where the gaps are that we could be filling that nobody has done before. I would love to be able to do this for you. They are much more likely to want to work with you. So research the companies, research the competitors, find the gaps, and be prepared to pitch on that behalf. Now that you've done the research and you kind of know what you're going to be pitching to these companies when it's time to reach out, you need to prepare your platform in advance. Yes, our pitches are important. It is important to be able to reach out to them with qualified information and be able to draw them in, but we also want to make sure we have example content to show them. So if you are going to be working with a car company, you need to create content that is relevant to that industry. And if you don't have car things on your social medias, that could be a problem for you. Now, there are ways to pitch around something like that, but it also is important to make sure you have examples. So even if it's not something that's going to go out on social media, create example content. Let's say you want to work with a company that cooks food and delivers it right to your house. You're going to have some type of homemaker content or food content or time-saving delivery-based content to show them. It can be exactly specific to that industry or niche, or it can be adjacent to it, where you can show the ties, where you can show the commonalities, but you have to have examples. And it's even better if you have examples that are out on your social media. Now remember, as you are creating this example content, if you're not being paid by a company to do this, you may want to go a little less specific with that content. So don't actively be promoting one hairdryer company if you're going to go pitch another one. Maybe you're talking more about hair care and you're showing off the products, you're showing how they work, but you're not specifically building up that specific hairdryer when you're going to be pitching another company. So be careful that it's aligned with your mission for what you're doing as you're reaching out to these companies, but does not overstep or pigeonhole you so that you look like you only specifically work with this one company and you wouldn't be able to work with other companies. So you're creating example content, both that you can show privately and that you can put out on social media. But if you put it out on social media, this also helps get your audience in alignment with what you are doing. When your audience knows you're going to be talking about, for example, a hair care system inside of what you're doing in your socials, they're going to be ready. They're going to be a warmer audience for the company you're going to work with, instead of being some cold surprise post that they now have to warm up to. So you can show your content out on social media. You can show your results. You can show that you've already got your audience warmed up for this, and it's going to be much more likely to be a yes from the companies than if you just held it privately and showed them behind the scenes. Now that you know which companies you want to work with, you've done your research, you've got your examples ready to go, you need to prepare to pitch these companies. This is going to be an opportunity for you to reach out and show your best self and show why you are the perfect fit for them to hire to market their product or service to your audience or to their audience. Now, pitching is really important. So we've got videos on this, but we're actually going to be doing more videos on this for you as well. So hit that subscribe and notification bell so that you don't miss out on all the tips, tricks, and tutorials and the special guests who are coming onto the channel to help educate you in this space and really elevate what you're doing so you can be more profitable in your influencer relationships with these companies. If you got questions on any of these things, go ahead and drop them down below and stay tuned because we're going to be helping you with your pitches over the next couple of weeks and months and years, and you do not want to miss out on this really great content. 2023 is going to be your year to work with the best companies in the industries, and I have total faith that you are spending your time and effort creating highly valuable content to be showing these companies. But if you need help, we've got lots of videos that we're dropping every single day to help you level up in this space and become more profitable inside of your industry. So I will see you in the next episode. Until then, happy pitch preparing.